Today, I am going to talk about the psychoanalytical theory. It is developed by Sigmund Freud, and he is the famous Australian doctor, or we can also say that the father of psychology. This theory was developed by Sigmund Freud. He is called thus it is called the psychoanalytical theory, and it is used to treat mental disorder, and it was developed in the late 18th century and early 19th century. He formed this theory by observing his patient, and he proposed that personality has three components: id, ego, and superego. I am going to explain id, ego, and superego in detail. These three aspects which influence behavior. The first one is id. Id is unconscious part of the mind. He explained id is unconscious part of the mind and always drive to achieve the pleasure, or it is based on pleasure principle. The id is characterized by primary process of thinking, which is illogical, irrational, and trying to avoid the pain. Example, I want something. The child have such type of behavior. This part of the mind seek to bring us pleasure. Primitive parts of our personality, including aggression and sexual drives. The second is ego. Ego is the conscious part of the mind, and ego is considered as the component that manages the conflict between id and superego. It is based on real principle and aware of reality. Ego is characterized by secondary process of thinking, which is logical and rational. Ego role is to prevent id and superego. The third one is superego. This is considered to be the moral component of personality. It contains all the moral standards learned from the parents and society. The social values are internalized and represent the rights and wrong of the society. An unconscious part of the mind that acts as our conscious. Id and superego are constant conflict. Your drive tells you to do something, while society tells you to do something. If you do not resolve the conflict between id and superego, you may experience unhappy and mental distress or psychological problem. Thanks.